Welcome back. It's time for Live at 4 tradition, Donna Weihofen's turkey dinner, Thanksgiving.
One of the things we are most thankful for.
Thank
Happy
you.
Thanksgiving,
and
Donna.
It's been many, many years we've been doing this.
Yes, it has.
Starting with the main course here.
Hopefully it's thawed out, and so to make sure it's thawed out. And I like to put a little oil on the breast and go like this, and then just rub it.
Just olive oil, or?
Yeah. Well, no, just kind of canola oil.
Okay.
So rub it like that, and then sprinkle it with. I love Lori's seasoning salt because it's colorful. See, and it gets extra color, and a little bit of paprika. And that's about all you have to do. And we're going to put it in the oven. We're going to tent it with foil, just like this, just loosely. And if you'd like to, you could stuff in some vegetables. So you could stuff in some Brussels sprouts and some maybe sweet potatoes and some onions. But I did experiment, and you do have to cook these ahead of time. They don't cook fully in the bird. So cook them ahead of time and put the onion in the middle. And
because you're not a proponent of actually stuffing the turkey.
No, don't do it. It's because the stuffing itself, like those Brussels sprouts didn't get done, it does not get hot enough. And especially if there's meat in there, it's very unsafe to do that.
And cook it for how long?
Well, you have to look at the temperatures because it depends upon your bird.
Okay. Now, if you're how do you decide how big of a turkey you need? What's the general rule?
Just big.
3 pounds per person in my house.
Is that how you figure it out?
Really?
It's about 1.5 pounds.
You're going to have 20 pounds. You know, this is 18, you know. You just want a nice big bird. It's pretty reasonable. You like the leftovers. So anyway.
Leftovers are great.
Yeah, so I'll
Here's
put
the
this
finished product?
Yep. And I did have the tent over the breast, over the most of the cooking, and then I took it off at the end to get it nice and brown.
Do you baste
and then,
it?
No basting. There's no need to baste it.
There you go.
So you take out and look at this rack. Put it on a rack because otherwise you got to, you know, you're trying to scoop it up. Now this is that special rack that you pull this out and you go like this and you have your turkey.
Oh, that couldn't be easier.
Isn't that
fancy?
Fancy. And that's a good way to do it.
All right, so side dishes.
Side dishes. What would Thanksgiving be without side dishes? We are going to make the sweet potatoes and cranberries. And I've cooked the sweet potatoes in little cubes, and they're already cooked. And we're adding cranberries. And I think it's best to cut the cranberries in half, because otherwise sometimes they don't cook enough.
Just raw cranberries.
Yeah, I'm just making a small portion to show you here. And so you've got just simple like this. And this is an oatmeal, flour, brown sugar, butter mixture. You put it in here, you stir it up, you put it in a bowl, and you do this a day before, or 2 days before, or 3 days before, and this is the finished product.
Oh, look
over
at how
here.
pretty that is.
So it's completely done.
I have a fork here.
and it's just...
It's warm.
Yeah, I warmed it up for you. And that way, completely done sweet potatoes. So easy, right?
Cranberries are great.
Totally easy. You know, the green bean casserole, my kids
the favorite,
have to
yes.
have.
They have to have them.
But, you know, people use the mushroom soup, and you can do that, that's fine. But how about making your own mushroom soup sauce? And I did this, and this is made with chopped mushrooms and chicken broth and milk and flour, a little bit of sherry wine. So you make this mixture, and then you just add your beans. I use canned beans, too, why not? They were really good. And again, this you do a day ahead. All of this you do tomorrow.
See, that's the trick. That's
Everything.
the secret of Donna's Thanksgiving.
Everything you do except the turkey. I do have a mashed sweet potato recipe online, too. If you would prefer just to mash your sweet potatoes, and it has butter and maple syrup.
Ooh, yum. And your make-ahead mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
I make them every year.
Yeah.
Every year, without
I made
fail.
them Sunday, and I'm serving them Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's made with low-fat cream cheese, low-fat sour cream, a little bit of white pepper. You will never know.
So you can eat healthy on Thanksgiving.
I think this is really healthy, absolutely. And the bird is beautiful. But make sure that it gets to 165 degrees in the thigh and that you let it set. You must let it set at least a half hour before you cut it.
Oh, really?
Because if you cut it right away, juices will run out. You will just have a dry turkey. So that doesn't work, okay? And if you want to, you can put some vegetables in the inside, you know, the onions and the Brussels sprouts. And
This is my favorite meal of the year.
I agree. Me too.
Why don't we have them more often?
Because then we wouldn't take it. We take it for granted.
yeah, right.
Now, how did you make your gravy? We didn't talk about your gravy.
Oh, I am so glad you asked. Because this is my juice from my turkey last year. I saved my juice a year ahead and put it in the freezer.
You're kidding.
And then I can make my gravy ahead also. So this is my juice, and this is my handy-dandy gravy separator, where the juice comes out the bottom and the fat stays on the top.
Oh, that's great.
And all you do is put that in the pan, stop, and then, Wolo, put this over the heat, turn on the stove, and this is a mixture of flour and water. And all you do is heat this up to boiling, put your flour and water and stir it, and the gravy is
that's
perfect every time. That's all you have to do.
You saved the grease for a year?
I do.
Happy Thanksgiving, Donna.
Next year you'll get my grease this year.
Thank you, Donna.
All the recipes are online, channel3000.com.